Hey guys, got let's see, Exodus chapter 3 for you tonight. This is Moses and the burning bush. We're just going to pretty much read it. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the far side of the desert and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. There, the angel of the Lord, which typically means Jesus, appeared to him in the flames of fire within a bush. Moses saw that though the bush was on fire, it did not burn up. So Moses thought, I will go over and see this strange sight, why the bush does not burn up. So let's think about that. Is there a sermon in there somewhere that the fire of God comes into our lives and it has power and strength, but it doesn't destroy, it doesn't burn up, it doesn't do what a normal fire does, where it incinerates and causes destruction. The fire of God doesn't cause destruction, it makes things awesome. When the Lord saw that he had gone over to look, God called to him from within the bush, Moses, Moses! Exclamation point, exclamation point. And Moses said, Here I am. Do not come any closer, God said. Take off your sandals, for the place where you stand is holy ground. Then he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Alright, those are the three major dudes in the Bible that we all want to be related to, because God zoomed in all of history. He boiled it all down, and he came to this one guy named Abraham and made a promise. I'm going to bless you, and you're going to inherit a great land, and your people are going to be blessed, and I'm going to send the Messiah. And so everybody wants to be related to Abraham. So God comes down and says, I am the God of Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac. And Moses fell on his face because he was afraid to look at God. Then God said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them crying. So he heard them crying, and because of their slave drivers, I am concerned about their suffering. And so I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians. So some people call God a God that's an absentee God. Like they'll say, I believe God made everything, but then he just took off. God is very involved in our lives. He hears what's going on. He sees what's going on. And when there's trouble with his kids, he comes down and rescues them. Father, rescue me from temptation. Father, rescue me from bad situations that's going on. Father, rescue me from fear and anxiety and discontentment. Lord Jesus, rescue me. So he came down to rescue the Egyptians. And not only that, he's going to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians, and he's going to bring them up to a land, into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey. So, spacious land. Wonder if Mom could claim that she won't have to live in a little trailer house, but that she could live in a bigger house. Don't know. A spacious land. And I want to claim that it's flowing with milk and honey. That gives you the sense. If there's lots of milk, that means there's lots of cows and lots of goats, so there's lots of meat. And if there's honey, that means there's lots of bees, which means there's lots of plants, which means there's lots of vegetables. So basically, if a land is flowing with milk and honey, it means there is a ton of food. So space, a big house with lots of food. Sounds like a good place, right? So not only am I going to rescue them, I'm going to give them a big house with a bunch of food. All right? So I've come down to rescue them. All right? And to give them a land, a good and spacious land flowing with milk and honey, the home of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. And now the cry of Israel has reached me, and I have seen the way the Egyptians that oppressed them. So, now here comes the announcement. Dun, dun, dun. I am sending you to Pharaoh. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. So, here starts Moses' excuses. Moses does not want to do this. He probably feels like he's not worthy. He was a murderer. He ran away from Egypt. He's done with that part of his life. So he starts making excuses. Now you'd think that Moses would be, yes! Woohoo! Let's go do it! But no. So Moses says, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? And God said, I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain. That mountain that he's standing on right now. The mountain where the bush is. He's like, you're going to go to Egypt and you're going to bring them back to this spot. When you come to this spot where this burning bush was, you're going to remember that I kept my promise. Bring Israel out of Egypt. I will be with you, and this will be a sign. You will bring them to this mountain. Moses said, suppose I go to the Israelites and they say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you. And they ask, what is his name? What shall I tell them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. So God also said to Moses, say to the Israelites, the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name forever, the name in which I am, to be remembered for generation to generation. Go assemble the elders of Israel and say to them, the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has promised and has appeared to me, and I have God appeared to me and said, I have watched over you, I have seen what has been done to you in Egypt, and I have promised to bring you up out of your misery in Egypt into a land of the Canaanites, all those people, and a land flowing with milk and honey. Then the elders of Israel will listen to you. Then you and the elders are to go to the king of Egypt and say to him, the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, has met with us. Let us go 3 days' journey into the desert to sacrifice. And then God says, but I know Pharaoh, and he will not let you go unless I compel him with a mighty hand. So I'm going to stretch out my hand, and I'm going to do wonders before him. After that, he's going to let you go. And as you leave, I'm going to give the Egyptians great favor. I will make the Egyptians favorably disposed towards this people. Basically, I'm going to give you great favor. They're going to love you. They're going to like you. And as you leave, every woman is to ask the neighbor and for articles of gold. Oh, it's starting to rain. That's not good. Alrighty, so took my tarp off, and now I had to go put it back on because it started raining and they're not out here yet. So, the end of the story. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. you're gonna go to Egypt. You're gonna rescue the people. You're gonna tell Pharaoh all about it. He's gonna be hard-hearted. God's gonna do lots of wonders, and then in the end, you're gonna plunder the Egyptians and take all their stuff and be free. So that is the prediction God tells Moses before he ever gives him the job, before he ever wants to step into Egypt. He's got the whole plan. Pretty cool.